Creative journaling. When it comes to hobbies that bring big benefits to our well-being, it doesn't get much better than journaling. Journaling can improve mindfulness, lower stress and anxiety, boost your confidence, give you clarity, and strengthen your memory, just to name a few. Creative journaling is a non-conventional self-exploration tool combining writing, drawing, and collage in original and creative ways. It is based on notions of psychology, art therapy, journal therapy, and creativity, and also includes many creative writing techniques. This is a very flexible tool, easy to use and accessible to all. Types of creative journals. There are many different types of creative journals that you can keep, and often these can be some of the purest forms of expression. Some examples of creative journals are writing poems, stories, plays, songs, speeches, personal essays, and blogs. I personally believe that we all have some level of creativity inside us, but we often stop ourselves from experiencing it due to judgmental beliefs. You might think that creative journaling is something that's just not for you, but I would suggest that you don't limit yourself like that. Maybe pick one of the examples that we've mentioned and try it out. Who knows, you might unlock a new side for yourself that you never knew existed. I also suggest that you have a separate journal for any creative work. It can be helpful to clear your mind from other mundane tasks that you might be doing and make sure that your brain isn't crowded with unrelated topics. To summarize, creative journal is a more innovative way for you to express yourself, and this can be through poems, stories, plays, songs, speeches, personal essays, and blogs. Prompts for creative journaling. The first set of questions and prompts that we have for you of the poems and songs, these prompts are: how does it feel to not fit within a certain group? What is it like to have a conversation with a stranger? You could make a poem from the perspective of an inanimate object, for example, a leaf, a bowl, or a sofa. Maybe you write down your past experiences and you could use your camera roll or Instagram as inspiration. You can write about who you are as a person. You could also write about different philosophies, beliefs, or religions. You could write about a toxic experience and the effects that it had on a person. You could also imagine that you could freeze time and describe a situation. You could write about a parallel universe and think about how one small decision may have led to a completely different world. You could even use the last sentences in some books that you might have as inspiration, as usually is a very powerful phrase. If you'd like to write a story or a play, here are some of the prompts that you could use. You could use your own personal experiences. Traumatized. You could write about a child witnessing a major historical event. You could write about a character who no longer wants to keep in touch with their family. You could write about a natural disaster that has two people apart. You could write about a character who goes out to experience the world while discovering themselves. You could write about someone seeking personal revenge on someone who's done them wrong. You could write about a serial killer terrorizing the local community. You could write a story about someone feeling powerless. You could write a story about an old person revisiting the place that they grew up. You could write a story of why a town has been abandoned. If you would like to write a speech or maybe a personal essay, here is some inspiration. You could write a speech to your younger self, a letter to someone who has done you wrong, how the news affects your mind. You could write about when is a good time to lie. You could write about whether is it better to be rich or to be poor? Should children watch television? What is your biggest concern for the future? What are the biggest problems, concerns, and the future of humanity? How can we create a better world for ourselves? One of the 5 most important factors to long-lasting happiness. Finally, if you'd like to write a blog, then here are 10 main topics that you can use. You could use gaming, food, health and wellness, business and marketing, technology, news, education, entertainment, travel, and relationships. I hope you feel inspired to embark on your own creative journaling journey. Remember, there are no rules or limitations. Let your imagination run wild.